But someone can stand up to this eventually and say no more. And by God, there's never been a better time than now. It's got to be us. We have to be the ones that say, no, no, no. This vicious cycle ends here. Otherwise, it's going to continue on, and that's exactly what the elite want. And I bet they never counted on the fact we'd ever even identify it. But now that we have, it can't be held back anymore. The royal throne into one flesh combined. An unbroken line of kingship established, just like they did on earth. The first king after peace was made, a warrior of the north he was, a mighty commander. He was true and fair to the people. He was chosen because his degrees were accepted by all of the people. He built a splendid city to live in, and it was called Agade, which meant unity. So see, even the title of the city was United, bringing everything together, bringing together the new order. For his reign, a royal title he was granted, and it was the Celestial One. His name was On. And his name On means the Celestial One.
Something there. Won't let me
he
see.
strong-armed people into reestablishing new laws and regulations on the land. He appointed governors for each land and created restoration and reclamation tasks for the people. Of him in the royal annals, thus it was recorded, on the lands unified, peace on Nibiru he restored. He built a new city, the canals he repaired, provided people to the food, and there was abundance in the lands. For his spouse from the south, a maiden he had chosen for both love and warring, she was known. On-Tu was her royal title. Cute, On-Tu, T-U, like number 2. And the leader who is On-Spouse, the given name cleverly did mean, On-Tu. Yeah, it even says, oh, it's clever, it was cute that they did that. She bore On 3 sons and no daughters. The firstborn by her named An-Ki. An-Ki. You see, like Anu, Na-Ki. Now it's just An-Ki. Now you're starting to see the lineage. See this? That's what this is. That's why he said, this is the preface, this is of the times that came before. Well, that's what we're reading here. This is unbelievable. This is an account. I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of this. Wow. It's mind-blowing now that I'm reading this, now that I figured out what this is. Wow, man. This is killer. This is a genealogical record of the generations of people that came before what we know as the Anunnaki. This is the record of their lineage and of their lives and of what they did. And the reason this is important to us, this is amazing. I mean, people, say a lot of crap about these, translations and stuff, blah, 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 I think a lot of that's disinfo. I think a lot of people are like, oh, no, those aren't real. Those aren't true, blah, blah. I think people are real scared of this. Because what this is doing is, and that's why it said, what has happened in the past is important to the future. Because they're showing what the bloodline lineage, the relatives, ancestors of the Anunnaki who came to Earth and seeded life, they're showing what they did in their lives and how they set things up. And by having that access to that knowledge, that's why this was one of the things that Enki wanted mankind to have. This book, he wanted mankind to know this, because something in this information was going to be a gift to us to save us from some fate that may be forced upon us by these custodians in the future. But this is unbelievable, man. I mean, this... It really, it's an account of the bloodlines, of the lineage, and it talks about what they did in their times. And this is something we can learn from, especially when we see how, this man against man, brother against brother fighting, and then the new order comes in. This information is stuff we are supposed to know, to learn something from it, to keep ourselves from going down the same route that people before us did. That's why this has been hidden from us. That's why they've, gone into Iraq, gone into all of the museums and taken all these things. They don't want us to get our hands on this, because if we get our hands on this stuff and understand that what happened in the past also may happen in the future, if we don't learn what happened in the past and learn from that, you know, it's, again, just paradigm shift. It all makes sense to me now. That's what all this shit's about, man. It was just kind of strange just reading this. And as I was reading this, I realized this is this is a genealogical account. So that somebody, somewhere, someday, you and I now, here in 2011, could gain some perspective or some knowledge from this. This is what secret societies, the original purpose of secret societies was. And what they did was they took that, corrupted it, and turned it, instead of being secret societies to teach us this, they turned it in secret societies are there to keep us from learning this. And only their people who are going to play the game their way and not tell people this are going to be initiated. This is the secret of the secret societies, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, you heard it right here on the show. I'm here to tell you right now today. This is it. This is what they've been hiding. This is what they didn't want us to know. These genealogical records of the ancestors of the people who came to Earth, the gods who came to Earth. This is what there's something in here. We're going to find out, because we're going to read all this on air. There is something we're supposed to learn here. Whatever it is, what it all may be, yet I just don't know. But it's something. Alone on the throne he was seated. He was supposed to choose a spouse twice, but it got postponed. Some of this stuff I'm not going to read verbatim. I'm just going to kind of give you the, kind of just put it into modern day terms. In his reign, concubines were brought into the palace. A son to him was not born. Also, they brought in bitches for him to bang. Essentially, they'll dumb it down for you. The dynasty thus began with the death of Anki, and there was no offspring. The middle son, though not firstborn, was pronounced the legal heir. So, fascinating stuff here, and the idea of this, this being the genealogical record of the people that came before the ones that seeded the bloodlines on Earth. It's fascinating stuff, because you see, now we know the answers to why mankind has lived in constant warfare. It's in our blood. And just like I talked about last night on the show, if you didn't listen to last night's show, go back and listen to it. All the shows this week, I suggest you listen to. 5 shows we got this week. I think all of them have been killer. And I'm on fire right now. Even more now, But, I was just talking about last night about, really, realizing that I thought for the longest time that I wasn't working hard enough, or I wasn't. And it's not just that. The only thing that's holding back me getting my work out on to a larger scale is, cash, backing. Everything is, you're going to have money to get anything out there now. It's not about talent or anything else. It's about how much money you have to put behind something. But once I realized that, I realized that, I don't have to kill myself to do it. Trying to kill myself to do this is not the solution. It was not a hindrance. It was not a weapon against me anymore. And that's what we have to see this as. Once we're aware of this, yes, we do have it in our blood to be in constant warfare and the rest, but we can change it. Once we're aware of it and we realize that's not the way to go, and that's a mistake, and that people who existed on other planets even prior to Earth went through this, and that people thousands of years ago were trying to get a message to us saying, hey, don't go the way we did. You got it in your blood too, because you're of us and you're like us. And since you're so much like us, you're going to go the same route we did, and a lot of people are going to die, and it's not going to be good. Here's the warning. And the elite who set up the priest class, who set up the banking houses, the religions, the power structure, the crown, the authority, the tyranny, everything, said we can't allow them to know this, because we won't be able to rule if they know it. We are pushing the envelope now. I mean, can you feel it? We are in the age of awakening, folks. This is it. All is going to be revealed. It is being revealed right now on this show as you're listening. We are the generation that this stuff has to stop with. We have the information. We have the power. Our task now is to wake the people up from their slumber, and it's time to stop playing nice. I hope you'll send this broadcast to somebody. I hope you'll get it out there when it appears on YouTube, when it appears on my archives. Get it out there. Let people hear it, man. Let's do this. God, this is unbelievable. Every day